And hello. Welcome to another long-awaited episode of Demo Day with Splat. I am Splat, also known as Brett Taylor, and it has been a while, probably a little bit over a month since my last stream. Unfortunately had vacations and family sicknesses and some other things happening, and just didn't have time, unfortunately. Um, but here I am, and I am happy to be here. I don't have a whole lot planned, but what I think I'm gonna do is demonstrate how to get this Bitcoin factory machine learning um project set up. I haven't really played around with this at all, and it's been under heavy development as a part of Superalgos over the last couple weeks or months, and I thought I would give it a whirl. And like I said, I haven't even tried it out yet, so this is going to be brand new to me, and I'm sure it's probably brand new to you as well. So we will learn together. Isn't that going to be great? Um, sorry, right now I'm going to send a quick tweet out to let anybody know if they want to watch that I am actually streaming tonight. Which means that I have to find one of my last tweets, copy it quick. And there we go. All right. That's been a while. So yeah. What else have I been up to? I have not been working on the decentralized exchange because I just have not had time. Going through an audit at work, security audit at work, which is very time consuming and slightly boring. Um, and that's pretty much it. What else? It's starting to get warmer. Lots and lots of good beer that's coming out. I went to Colombia, the country. That was very interesting. Had to travel during COVID. Had a very interesting experience with that, trying to catch a flight and get out and get my passport. But anyway, now that I've set out all my social media blasts, because I forgot to do it before, this is a charity brew by Tired Hands that I really enjoy. It's called Transmissions, Belgian style triple IPA, benefiting the Trans Lifeline. And it's tasty. It's been out for a little bit. I've had a couple of 4-packs of this, and I guess it's not, I don't know if they keep brewing more batches or it's just not selling, but it doesn't seem to be very popular, I'm guessing, with everybody else, but I think it's pretty good. I like to have Belgian style beers myself. So cheers. Nice and clear, more filtered than most of their beers. They mostly make unfiltered. Usually, I don't even know if that. I guess they do age some in bottles and cans, but most of the time they're all hazy. So it's kind of interesting to have one that's more clear from them. It tastes like a triple. I also had a very delicious barley wine over the weekend, which I don't drink that often, and I can't even remember the last time I had one. Tyrant Hands made one called Funeralize, I believe it was, and it got really bad ratings on Untapped, but I think it's because people didn't really understand what they were getting into, and it's definitely not a beer for everybody. It doesn't really drink like a beer. It drinks more like a thick wine, I guess, how I would describe it. Doesn't have a whole lot of effervescence to it. It tastes flat. But I really liked it. It's very complex. It was aged in barrels. I think it was brewed in 2018 and they just released it. It was pretty tasty to me. Very really nice to be enjoying the cool spring weather, spring night after dinner, sitting outside under the stars. Pretty cool. I enjoy it. So look it up if you are looking for something new and different and weird. But yeah, this charity brew transmission's also pretty decent. Wouldn't say it's my favorite, but it's nice to have something different every once in a while. So, anyway, let's get this started. So, if you want to try out the Bitcoin Factory, you obviously go to Develop Branch, Superalgos. If you haven't set up your fork and everything, go ahead and do that first. You have to get your profile set up. I started reading through the README, but I haven't spent a whole lot of time with it. There's a lot of introduction to exactly what it is, and I'm going to leave that out because I didn't fully read through it all. But my understanding is that this is a way of, one, starting to enable copy trading. So you kind of set up like a network of machines connected to each other. Two, it also uses machine learning, which I have not used yet. And that's one of the reasons why I started looking at this bot when I first started Superalgos, because I was interested in getting into machine learning. So, let's see. So setting up your profile, the very first thing we need to do is I have to go into my plugins, hit pull, upstream develop, push, hit pull. What did I change in this? This is all what? Just positions? Well, so I'm going through all the plugins and updating them. There is a script that does this, but I didn't want to fork all of the projects that I'm not going to be developing on. So I have just been doing this by hand, except for the governance, because the governance is the main one for every week, every month, setting up your profile and getting compensated for any of the contributions that you make to the project. It also allows you to tip workers, anybody who is contributors, people who are helping out in the channels, answering questions, people who are contributing code. You can redistribute tokens to them if you please. So I am going through all these and doing just git pull on everything. And sounds like my daughter is getting out of bed. What was that? Portfolio management, flow. All right, we're up to date. So I haven't updated, well, whatever. npm CI. Install any new node modules. Takes a little bit of time. A little bit easier. So yeah, like I said, I haven't done this before. It's gonna be brand new. Do it live. Call it npm update. Oh, update my globals. Did that not do it? Well, anyway, node platform, no browser. Oh, if anybody wants to know, the shirt says, move them, build securely. Another conference t-shirt. SnickCon last year. If you have used Snick and like to tell me about it, reach out, let me know. I've looked into it. I haven't actually tried it out. I did watch a couple of videos at the conference last year. I haven't seen any of the conference or if they're doing a conference this year. But seems like a pretty cool project. If you're a developer also, it is for tracking vulnerabilities in your code and in any modules that you may be using for requirements. A whole bunch of errors. Console here. Excuse me. Oh, because it tried to. Yeah, trying to do a whole bunch of Git actions behind the scenes. I don't like Superalgos to for me. So, yeah. Anyway, distribution, load our base fresh. All right, find your profile. Plug in. Saving with workspace. Here. All right, so you need to add. Well, once you finish, you need to all paths are starting from these apps. Um, whoa. Add user apps. Apps server app. And server app. Pass one. Oop, Bitcoin factory. Testnet. We need. Hey, new follower. Thank you. Um, where was I? So forecast providers, Bitcoin fact. um, assign a name of your choice. Um, is this too much? One. Flat test. All right, signing accounts. Regenerate the signing accounts profile. New node. At the government project file. You don't, for what I clicked on there. This is the governance, kind of messed up. Governance profile, governance project. And then I clicked on add profile constructor. With this, reference the profile constructor. Um, let's see. Right click. Yep. The very faint gray dotted line. Trying to see. Can't move my mouse. Highlight it, but there you go. See kind of the trail of gray dots there. So that's linked. At the profile, click install signing accounts. This will generate a new node on server app 1 and save your My Secrets folder with the signing accounts of your install signing. Created. Here. Signing account. Okay. Answer. Save your user profile plugin. Get it. Check that it was. Okay. Now I think I can delete this. I'm gonna delete that. I'm gonna say should be able to. Now I get out of there. That home directory. All right. So yeah. Yeah, I did. Uh, check out -B. Spot profile. Oh. Git add user profile splat. Git commit profile. Need my passphrase. Oh, I can GPG sign my commits. And I push up. Here. GitHub app out. And boom. Bup, 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 bup. Governance plugins. Update. Flat profile. Hey. What a merge. Oh, I've got my after the wait around 10 minutes before algos. Reference. Go to the Bitcoin demo works. Browser again. Um, oh yeah, GitHub. Have that. Oh, looking off. I'm not. We have to add the key of the machine that I'm working on is my Linux server. Sorry, I keep leaning away. Sometimes I have to look. Um, plugins node and import node profile. Specify. Oh, maybe those were capital. Yep. Flat. Uh, save. Load. Get the node. Test server app reference. All right, it's gonna be. Look at the task server reference under your task client task. and replace the current reference with the reference server app 1 node you created at your user reference. Uh, task, test client, test client, server app 1 here. Yeah. Okay. Test client task, test server app 1, current reference, okay. The break reference and app. Okay. So want to copy, save this node to move. Want to move it to here. Oh, not pin it. Pin, copy, move. Reference, unpin. All right. Change the config. The config of the test client sensor bot looks like. Leave this. All. Set it to true if you want more detail. Console. Change this to your own name created at your. That the test client in. And just like my beer is gone. Okay, so I think that's done. Build the Docker image. I'll save, close, and the Bitcoin factory, cd Docker build. I am on an ARM. Sorry. I'm on an x86-64. Yeah, type uname -m. Get the architecture. This is an AMD 64 server that I'm on at the moment. So that's this x86 processor. Should say AMD 64, x86 64, because it needs to be 64-bit. If you're on ARM, let's see, I can I can uh getting this ready. So I can demo this for you. Um, um, so you can see this isn't in a Raspberry Pi, but this is my Odroid. One of my Odroid servers. So it's AArch 64 goes up uname -m AArch. That's the 64-bit ARM processor. Just to show you the difference between the two. Change this back. So I am here. Need to type Docker build Bitcoin machine learning. How you build a Docker container. Typing uname -a will also show if you are running 64-bit kernel, what you need. And the reason why this is kind of referencing this is if you're running a Raspberry Pi 4, default is to install 32-bit operating system, but there is an option, ras OS, there is an option, nope, that's official, ba, 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 ba. On the operating. There is an option to get the 64-bit, and most people, the very first time that they do this, only install 32-bit. Your system, 32-bit, 2-bit, and then, oh, here it is, Raspberry Pi OS 4-bit. That's what you want. Make sure you installed the 64-bit. If it were me, I would always go with a light. But if you are going to connect it to a keyboard and mouse, or you are more comfortable running VNC instead of SSH, Go with the desktop. But make sure you get this 64-bit Raspberry Pi OS. Oh, it works with the threes also. I didn't think it worked. I didn't think the threes could run 64-bit. That's good to know. So this takes a little bit of time. Good. Oh, good to know. Blockchain Arborist, if it's you install the OS with the Raspberry Pi imager, it's easy to find out. Okay, good to know. I haven't used that. This build does take a while, doesn't it? Probably set up some automation on this at some point to build the containers for us. We can just download them. Server I'm building on isn't necessarily the fastest, but is pretty slow. It's going to be a large container, I can tell. Most of these things usually come down as wheels, building wheels. The wheels are the binary Python dish, as opposed to downloading a tarball and then having to compile it. Getting it precompiled is really a lot easier. All right, there we go. How long did that take? 430 seconds. Almost 5 minutes. Very close. Right? No. 300 seconds is 5 minutes. But what? That's 7? Just over 7 minutes? Pretty slow. All right, now we need to run the container. Instructions for each OS. And then you need to do so on what one cool thing that you can, instead of having this whole thing here, PWD. So copy that, edit, editor here. Open a new file, come on. All right, so let's do, where am I? PWD gives you your current directory. It's our Bitcoin factory. Test client, notebooks. Test client, notebooks. Stuff in 88. All right. There is the full command. All I did was where it was saying that it wanted the full path to the current directory, put in pwd. Right there. Inside of, well, brackets with a $sign. That tells it to, tells bash or Z shell to run a command in a new shell behind the scenes, run this command, and return it back as the full path, essentially. Whatever the result of that command is, comes back essentially as a variable and gets put in place. And I want to kind of run it as a daemon. If I put in a D, I don't want it to just sit in the foreground. Oh, and I hit a button. I don't have GPUs. How do I get? So BP. Ba, ba, ba. Install NVIDIA container runtime. Do I have an NVIDIA? I think I have an NVIDIA server. Remove GPUs all. Okay. I may do that. Pretty sure I have a NVIDIA. It's probably an old NVIDIA. Usually put all my hand-me-down parts in the server. Oh, sudo. Why am I getting nothing? Oh, I didn't. Instruction. Blindly copying and pasting. There it is. The old, yeah, no longer used. The remnants. All right. Now, nope. What else did I need? Probably do get the module. Oh well. Gonna skip this part for now. To troubleshoot that later. As my redeem took out the GPUs all. Yeah, Bitcoin Factory. And now access. Boom. What I did there is I took the URL that they gave in the output, but I swapped out the IP out of it being 127.0.0.1, which is localhost. I put in my browser, it put in the IP of the server. For me is 192.168.130. My notebook. So now what? One to run the Docker container, and the second one you'll run Superalgos inside the platform, the test client tab. All right, out here. And I will node platform node browser. Let me do that. All right, so I put my Pair of okay. That need Superalgos. Ew. Running. And second output similar to this. Let's see. running. You could add your Docker group. That will help out with running Docker and the node platform command. Yep, also it works with sides. Maybe you installed node plugins with sudo, and that's why it's having trouble reading them when it runs. The errors that I'm getting right here are because I didn't fork, like this one, the network plugins. I didn't create a local fork or their fork. Wonder if I have. Oh, there we go. Trying to connect to. Not be trying to get home local host. Okay, that's wrong. Let's stop. Why is it trying to connect me? And this should be. Oh, it did. Time. That should be stopped. That should reference. Here. Code name. Here. This test client. 1.30. That is my host. Saving. With it. Okay. Save. Brush again. So let's see if I can. Um. So. So you type ID, you'll get my user ID is Splat, and my group ID, primary group ID is Splat. But then you can also see that I am in the Docker. That allows me to do things regular user, like listing Docker things. So you follow the directions here. There. way to if you just use the sudo mod ag, it means add a secondary group, capital G, Docker and user, that is your ID. So if I were to type this, I would want to do your mod ag Docker flat. But I'm not going to do that because I already have it. But that will get around the needing to sudo to execute the Docker or run the Docker container. And then if you have files underneath the Superalgos directory that are not owned by you, you run sudo chown my user splat, and I usually just do colon and space, and that will take on the primary. Usually you would put your group. My user be my normal group here is splat. So if I put here splat, that'll be username. Got everything highlighted. Username, group. Then you can do star or dot. And I think you can recurse. And that will make sure that everything underneath this directory is owned by you instead of root. And that'll get around all these permission denied errors, or most of them. So yeah, if you happen to type like npm ci or something like that to install modules using sudo, this will fix that so that they are no longer owned by sudo or owned by root. Back here. Oh, it already swapped back for me. Cool. All right, so that's loaded. Got my splat user. And I am referencing that. I have my Superalgos host set up properly now. Now what happens when I run? Still trying to connect to Luis Molina network. Oh, does it reach out to him all the time? I guess it does. Okay, network. Server says it already sent me this case. Hmm. I don't know. I'm getting output. I think it's kind of working. That might be it. Then you have to wait 15 to 30 minutes. Okay. Well, I think I'm going to call it a night. I think I have this running. Maybe I'll give an update next week. Yeah, I did get, yeah, okay. Looks like I did get the test case before. Okay. So I think it's working. So that's how it goes. If you want to set up your own test client, I think that worked. A couple of small hiccups along the way, but nothing too bad. We need to add in automatic Docker builds. People don't have to sit 7 minutes to build a Docker. But cool. I'm gonna call it a night. If anybody has questions or anything else, feel free, come into the Telegram channel, Superalgos Telegram, Superalgos Discord. There's a Facebook group, I think. We're available on Twitter. There's a Reddit subreddit, r Superalgos. Check us out. Not too many people there. There we go. Looks like I got another test case. Unexpected error trying to execute Python script inside Docker container. Okay, console, if you can run this. Okay. So I may have a networking issue. See if I can didn't run that in. Oh, all right. It looks like it did something. Yeah, man. Any notebooks? I have the Bitcoin factory lstm.py. Legal instruction were dumped. I don't know. All right, I'll have to do some more troubleshooting. So anyway, that's it for tonight. Check us out in, as I already said, Telegram, Discord, Facebook, Twitter, Reddit. Follow me on Twitch. This video will be up on YouTube tomorrow. Follow me on YouTube. Like and subscribe, all that good stuff. And I will see you next week. Have a great rest of your week. Get you on the flippy floppy.